All right. Welcome, folks. Really quick video here for you guys that are gonna see it live. Let me adjust my microphone, so you're probably gonna hear some background noise. This is gonna be a real quick video. I promise you that. This is just a quick pre-game preview, 10 minutes if that long. Just want to talk about a couple things really quick, man, and we'll get right to it. So welcome to the preview, the pre-game, whatever you want to call it, the Steeler Report. We're going to talk about a few quick things here. Let me double check the inactive list, because I want to talk about the inactive list, so give me a hot second, guys, to do that. And then I'm just going to give you my quick keys to victory, man, and then I'm out of here. All right, so no phone calls or anything like that today, of course. Even though the phone number is there, keep in mind we'll be doing a post-game show after the game, and that's when we can have at it. All right, so that'll be following the game. So again, I told you guys I will be trying to incorporate a pre-game. I want to do that on Friday or Saturdays. Haven't locked the day in yet. Didn't have a chance this weekend, so I thought I would throw something at you really quick today, just to let you know that I'm trying. All right, so the inactives, guys. So right now, Justin Lane, Rosie Nix, Jaron Elliott, Fred Johnson, Chooks Okorafor, tight end Zach Gentry. That is interesting. And then also Bugs. All right. Now, here's what I want to talk about in regards to that. Both Joe Hayden and Marquise Pouncey will be playing. That's good news. However, it's very interesting that we're not going to have three tight ends. And I can't remember whether or not Gentry was active last week, but it just goes to show you that we're probably going to do more 4 receiver sets, if you will. We're not going to run as much of the heavy personnel, the 12 personnel with 2 tight ends. There may be a situation where we're going to run, the eligible tackle, and it'll be like a tackle, but he's eligible kind of like a tight end when we run in the, jumbo set. But that's very interesting. Other than that, man, the good news, of course, is that both Joe Hayden and Marquise Pouncey, and according to this list as well, Sean Davis will be back on the field. So that's very good news. All right, so really quick, man, the keys to victory. I think what the Steelers will need to do in this one, try to establish the run game early. Even though I know everyone's going to say that Seattle's secondary is the ones who is suspect. I agree with that. But the reason why I want the Steelers to go after the run game early is because I want us to get back into some play action. Ben Roethlisberger is good off of the play action. At least we have been in recent years. I understand there's no Antonio Brown on the team. I get that. That's going to definitely dictate coverage and things like that. But I think we need to establish the run game so play action can get to working, just in case Juju is double teamed, or just in case our receivers struggle once again. So again, really quick, run the football, establish play action. That's definitely a way that we can attack the Seattle secondary, and it will open it up for more passing. Now, speaking of struggling receivers, I also think we should go to Moncrief early. Let's get his confidence up. And here's the reason why. Not just to get his confidence up, but also we have to make sure someone else is posing a threat. It cannot just be Juju Smith-Schuster, okay? We have to make sure that there's someone else out there posing somewhat of a threat so it can open up the coverage for Juju. Now, again, Seattle gave up a ton of yards against the Bengals, right? And one would imagine that Ben Roethlisberger should be able to do the same thing. But we haven't seen it yet in this year. The last time we were on the field, we got dusted. Okay, the New England Patriots ran man coverage pretty much the whole game. Cover 1, I might add, and we couldn't do anything. So this is why I say you get Moncrief back on board, at least to show Seattle that somebody else can catch the ball, somebody else could pose a threat. And of course, James Washington, take your shots when they're there. I like to see a little more Deontay Johnson in their little intermediate things. He's going to offer you some more yak, more so than Ryan Switzer. And even if Switzer, if you want to work Switzer across the middle, etc., etc. And also, Vance McDonald. Vance McDonald has got to show up in this game. I need to see some Vance McDonald. Now, as far as the defensive side of the ball, man, listen, we're going to have to be disciplined against the run game. Seattle can run the football. At least that's what they've been doing in prior years. I don't really know what they did against Cincinnati, but they are a run type of team, okay? They can run with both running backs, your Carlson and what's the other kid? Penny? Rashad Penny. Russell Wilson can run the football, so we definitely got to be on the lookout for that. In the pass game, we got to be very disciplined in our rush lanes. We cannot allow Russell Wilson to get on the outside or actually up the middle. So that brings me to another point. I like to see us mix in a little more zone in this particular game. Reason being, we saw that we like to play a man coverage quite a bit now. I'm cool with that, but you cannot do that against a mobile quarterback. Can't do that much against a mobile quarterback and down and distance. You know, if it's 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, you got to be careful with that because your back is turned to the quarterback. He can quickly scramble right up the middle, bada bing, bada boom, and they're moving the chains. Okay? Cannot allow that to happen. So I would like to see us mix in zone coverage in those type of situations. When you get them in 3rd and long, 3rd and intermediate, run some zone, keep everything in front of you. Very disciplined with your rush lanes. And contain Russell Wilson, make him stay in the pocket. Okay, I don't think the Seattle is potent enough to where I'm afraid to play them. You know, as a fan, basically saying, you know, where they shock me or they scare me. I don't. I think Seattle is beatable. They don't look like a powerhouse team. They have some struggles on the back end in their secondary. So I think that we can put up some yards. This is the game to bounce back. You know, catch Seattle at this moment. Seattle is generally a team similar to the Steelers that they usually start. In the last couple years, they've gotten better as the course goes on, but early on, they struggle a bit. So I think this is a perfect game to get back on board. Their West Coast team with a 1 p.m. start time, which is 10 a.m. from their body clock. So I think it all falls in line for the Steelers, man, and that's what they're going to have to do. And I'll do another quick recap, then I'll look at a few comments, and then we'll get up out of here. Run the football, Pittsburgh. Try to establish the run to set up the pass. Play action, as well as being able to spread the ball out, spread the formation out, but you have to establish the run. Try to get the running game back in order. Like I said, I want to see us get back to the play action. That's number one. Take advantage of the secondary that seems to struggle. Throw a little 4-receiver set out there from time to time. And let's not be so predictable. Let's not do empty sets and just keep Ben Roethlisberger in shotgun all the time, because we're very predictable when we're in that situation. Let's not get predictable, Randy Fichtner. Let's not get predictable in that. Run the football and control the pace of the game that way to set up the pass. Defensively, stop the run, make Seattle and Russell Wilson have to beat us in the pass game, and when it's down in distance, I want to see some variation of man and zone. Don't just keep going out there and do the vanilla man in those situations, because again, Russell Wilson can scramble, and you don't want to put your defense in a situation where the front four is not getting home. Everyone's playing man coverage, their back is to the quarterback, and then he scrambles for the first down. Very disciplined in your rush lanes, and I think if we take care of that, we control the clock on defense and offense. There you have it. You know, I know it sounds like simple plan, right? But that's it. I think we are capable of doing that against this team at this moment of the year. So we shall see. We will come back and we'll talk about it on the post-game show to see if we followed any of these things that I've laid out. All right, so let's take a look at some of you guys' comments, man, and see what y'all got really quick, and then we're going to be out of here. Let's see. It's Pete Carroll B-Day. Let's send him home with a with an L. All right, I'm down with that. Garen Williamson. Nate Dogg says, hey, I don't mean to sound like a complainer, but why do the Steelers not have a problem spending a first or bust DBs, but won't send a second and a player for Minka or a first? Well, let me ask you something, Nate. How do we know what the Steelers sent? We have no idea. We have no idea what the offer is. Minka has not been traded yet. So unless you guys know something that I don't know, and which is very possible, I haven't heard any sign of saying what we did or any talk, or I don't know. We don't know. And guys, you always got to keep that in consideration when we're talking about trades and such. Nobody knows what the deals are. Nobody knows what other teams are offering or not offering. and nobody knows what the Steelers are offering or not offering. We won't know that until well after the fact. So that's my only reply to that. My boy Gold Drip says, we was begging for man for years. Now we begging for zone. No, Gold Drip. Not begging for zone or man. What I was saying, and you've always heard me say this, I wanted to see us play more man coverage when we have the personnel to do so, number one. Number two, I like to see us be more physical in man coverage. We don't seem to get up in their face. We line up tight, but then we don't seem to press. So I don't know if we don't have those guys or what. But then number three, you can't be predictable and run man all the time. We saw it last week. You have to mix it. Good defenses are either really good at one thing or they're really good at disguising and throwing variations out there. Last week, we saw the Patriots were very good in their man coverage and we couldn't do anything. You look at the All-22, you saw how physical they were with our receivers. And even Vance McDonald getting shut down by Patrick Chung. Our defense is not capable of doing that. At least we haven't seen it. So this is why I'm saying in certain situations, don't just throw man out there and give Russell Wilson the opportunity to scramble. Maybe we throw that man out there in first, second down, and more downs where you're not, it's not a key moment, if that makes sense. But you can still do it. Pick your spots. You can still do it. I don't want to see them blitzing Nelson off the edge again, because Nelson, I would think, is probably our better cornerback right now overall. If you're going to do that, keep your best guy in coverage. I'm just saying, don't get predictable with Russell Wilson and he can escape out of there. What up, Tony? Yeah, man, try to do a quick pregame really quick, man. I'm about to get off of here, though. I'm already past my little 10 minutes, so I'm about to shut it down here. Eli says, the Dolphins are hard to set on a first, is what I read. I also seen many reports that want a second. Everything is speculation until something actually happens. Okay, thank you, Eli, for clarifying that. I mean, listen. If we were to take a first and send it to them and it doesn't work out, it'll be the same complaint. So I understand my man's, enthusiasm. I actually tweeted to text Kenyon and said the same thing. I might be willing to send a first for exactly what you just said. We haven't necessarily hit with our first round DBs. So I would be willing to do it, but again, it's a business, guys. We can't. I don't sit in that GM chair. I don't know. Could be a lot of other factors involved with that. 2 more comments and then I'm done. Yinzamab says, James Washington is in for a big game today. Okay, hope so. I hope so. And the last one, still a long way to go. Won't really know what kind of team this is until about week 5 or 6. Absolutely agree with you with that. That's what I say every year as well. So just want to do something really quick, guys. I'm about to shut it down right now. I'll see you again after the game. So for you guys who are new, make sure you come back post-game. We'll do a post-game show that will be an hour-long show. I will accept phone calls and everything during that segment. But I just wanted to do some type of quick pregame, just to let you guys know I was serious when I said I wanted to add that in. But I'm going to shoot for that being more so on a Friday or a Saturday, so to have a little more structure. But all right, that's it. That's my time. Got to get my pregame mindset together and watch some Steelers here at 1 o'clock. And I'll see you guys back here following the game. Hopefully we're talking about how good the team looked. Let's hope we don't talk about how we just threw up another dud and we're now 0-2. Hopefully not. But all right, catch you guys later. If you haven't, subscribe, hit that like button, cut on your notifications. Try not to have a heart attack during this game, all right? See y'all back in a bit. Y'all be good. Peace.